What's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. As I discussed previously, I was fortunate enough to come across this auction where this former Christian radio station in the Houston, Texas area was being auctioned off. I assumed that the people went out of business and it was just an abandoned building, but I thought this is an opportunity for something. For some reason, when I saw this building, I just knew I needed to have this place. Now, it's on 2 acres of land. It's with 2 buildings, over 36,000 square feet. And you would assume some property like that would cost in the millions of dollars. But for some reason, I thought, I can get this for under $1 million. I think I can, because I made the assumption that most people who have money to buy a piece of property like that would not want to invest in converting it into whatever they wanted to do. It would cost a lot of money to take down the existing structure and build something new. So I figured that my competition would be someone like me, interested in making a film studio, or someone who wanted to get back into, or wanted to get into the radio business. Let's face it, radio and television is a dying art in today's world. So I thought, okay, there's a good chance I can pick this up. I was lucky enough to have the winning bid. Now I gotta say, shout out to the previous owners, because they could have held on to it and got it for more than what I paid, which was, wait for it, $700,000. They probably say, hey, nice guy, let's give it to him. I don't know if they said that, but I'm happy that it happened that way, and I appreciate you guys working with me on this to make this happen. I didn't make the reserve. The reserve went down to me. Picked up the property, and now I'm in the process of getting the business up and running, Canis Lupus Productions. There's things I need to take care of right now before I take possession of the building. We're the power companies, water and sewer, waste disposal. And because my background is in conservation and I believe in sustainability, I wanted to find a company that offers renewable energy. There's only one in that area that does it. So I probably will be going with them just because I have to stay true to who I am. However, I do plan on putting up solar panels in the future. There's going to be an initial cost for setting that up, and I will recoup my investment within 6 to 9 years. But if you look at the building, there's a big, big landscape on top. I can put a large number of solar panels up there to generate energy for the business. I looked into getting insurance for the building, and much like my issues on when I was trying to insure warehouses, I also had the same issue here. I figured since it was already built for radio TV that I wouldn't have as much of a problem. Not so. Many insurance companies did not want to insure me. I talked about that in the previous video. But I think I found a couple of companies. It's going to cost me a pretty penny, anywhere from $42,000 to $53,000 a year upfront. That's just the building. And I still have to insure the equipment inside. I have to get liability insurance. There's a lot to this, which is why I didn't want to pay a lot for the building, by the way. So I assumed there would be some additional cost in making this project work, which is why I'm happy and very fortunate that I was able to pick up the property for $700,000. Also plan on trying to generate income for the building prior to setting up the studio. Now, I haven't seen this place yet, and it may be a total scam. I don't think so, but it could be, all right? So everything's possible. Fortunately, the previous owners had left a lot of their equipment that they no longer needed because they were upgrading for the new facility. But I need to go there and see what I'm working with before I can put an inventory of things that I need to purchase to get the building up and running. There's a cell tower on the site that I plan on renting to cellular cell phone companies, which could bring in a really nice chunk of change. Believe it or not, there are many, many tax incentives and grants available to filmmakers in Texas. I'm talking to the Texas Film Commission on trying to get involved in their program that would allow me to have a substantial tax reduction on building this studio. So I'm excited. This is like, it's all new to me. I have a lot of friends that are involved in either film production or music or whatever, and I plan on utilizing them. I have connections with professional sports figures in Texas, which will help me bring in clients. I've got the LLC up and running. Down the road, I'll probably go with an S Corp, but right now LLC will do me just fine. I've been talking to bookkeepers, tax accountants, attorneys, everything you need to get a business started with the least amount of stress, headache, and issues possible. Yesterday, I received some information that the closing has been pushed back from October 20th to November 19th. This happens. I don't know what the reason is. Don't really care. It gives me more time to actually get my act together, organize equipment. So it's totally fine. It will come together in due time. I'm in the fourth quarter of my life, right? I've done pretty much everything I've wanted to do in life. Had a good job, traveled the world, careers, all that kind of stuff. And so now it's like, I can sit back and relax, or I can get out and do something nice. Nikola Tesla was one of my favorite persons in life because he checked out with a zero balance. And that's my goal. Until next time, peace.